Everybody, it's Maggie Mulhern from Modern Salon TV. I am backstage at Nomad Aveda Congress 2013, and look who I'm bothering. It's Jon Reyman, who's getting ready to go on in about an hour or 2 hours. What?
3 hours, 2 hours, 110 minutes. I got to be there in 5 minutes. Oh my God.
It's all panic, but this is a cool backstage area. So
Awesome.
Tell us what you're doing here.
Okay, so we're doing 3 different looks. We're going to show wave, we're going to show braid, and then we're going to show texture. So right now what I'm doing is actually a fishtail braid, and actually let's turn her so we can get in there like that. So you can see I'm actually doing a cornrowed invisible fishtail braid. Then we're going to do is we're going to pull it apart. So we're going to show some different modern ways to show braiding and really how it's relevant on the runway, and it's relevant in fashion, and it's relevant in, behind the chair. So that's the #1 lesson we want to show. And then the other thing we're showing, which is over there, is this whole
color
textured thing. We can do it. Let's walk right by here. I'll give this to these guys because these guys are my hands. So what we're doing is I'm showing a way to actually fold and bend the hair. And this is really interesting because I've been trying to figure out a different way to bring texture into hair. So we're foiling the hair, and then we're putting a Aveda control force in there, and then we're folding.
So hang on, it's a little section? It's a fine section?
Yeah, so it's like imagine like a colorist foil, right? So these guys are actually colorists. So they're foiling the hair, and then we're spraying it with control force, and then we're bending it back and forth, and then we're flat ironing it. And what happens is, did we do this yet? Here, I'll show you. It creates, here, just flat iron that right there. And it creates this amazing bend in the hair, which is like, I've never seen it before. So I think it's really exciting. So let's let that down. So what you do is you get like this fold in the hair, and then you can fold it up into this really elaborate fabric, and it just shows amazing texture. And then we'll play around with it and make it really interesting.
Oh, that's so cool. Alrighty, so you always do something unique and interesting and special. Where do you get your inspiration?
Right. So for me, inspiration comes from so many different places. I get inspired by the team that I work with. I get inspired by the people around me. The community of, Aveda for me is such a special place. And then also, being able to work backstage and work with designers and look about trend and clothes and what's happening. And I'm surrounded by such creative artists. And I also look at other hairdressers to go, okay, what are they doing? And what, what's happening? And what do they think is relevant? And then really just trying to find a way to kind of push the limits, but really stay intelligent. I think it's all about being intelligent, about being creative.
Well, you're a superstar. One last question, because I know you're going on pretty soon. What is a tip that you have for doing fishtail braids? Because our audience, the Modern Salon audience, loves fishtail braids. Come on back in here. We'll look again and give us a tip.
Let's go over here. So, here's the thing, is braiding, I teach all types of different braiding, so this one, braiding is complicated because it takes 2 things. It takes, one, using the brain to know the pattern, and then it takes the second part of being able to have dexterity, of being able to move your hands. So I think the best thing I would say is learn the pattern first. Don't worry about doing it well. Really just see where the hair needs to go. So for example, on a fishtail braid like this, you go from the outside and cross it over, and then you go from the outside and cross it over. And when you just focus on what the hair is doing, not what my hands are doing. If you just look at what the hair is doing, then what happens is once you get comfortable with the pattern, the hands follow. Because a lot of people go, well, how should I be holding my hands? Forget about the hands. Look at the pattern, master the pattern, hands will follow.
Great tip. Thank you. And thank you for giving us this time. And I know you and I have a private little meeting later.
Yes, very exciting. Can't wait.
Yeah, cool news from Jon Reyman.
Awesome.
And guys, have a great show.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much. Thank you, guys.